Welcome back, everybody, to Jake Writes a Book. My name is Jake, and I am trying to write a book. Today I want to talk to you about something specific. Specifically, how I cope with rejection. Contrary to what you may believe, the writing world is not rife with just pleasant pixie fairies and rainbow kissies. Although that is sometimes part of it, I don't want to discount pixie fairies. The writing world is full of pain and suffering and despair and hopelessness. Man, I gotta stop taking rejection so hard, and so do you. That's what this video is about. Rejection, and why it's good. I've preached for a while now that you should take your rejections as badges of honor, but I am a bit of a hypocrite when it comes to this rule. I frequently get disappointed with both myself and the works that I make, and a large part of this is because of the rejections that I receive. But there's no way to get around it, unfortunately. If you want to be a published writer, you will face rejection. Just like you would if you were a professional comedian. You will bomb, and if you are a cook, you will overcook your souffle once or twice. Heck, even if you're a doctor, you will. Actually, if you're a doctor, hopefully you'll never mess up. But you get the point. Make a long story short, something we should be striving to do with our rewrites, am I right? Man, Sam, maybe I should just go the comedy route. But to make a molehill out of a mountain and to lead by example, we are going to start commemorating rejection on this channel. And why shouldn't rejection be good enough for me and for you? I mean, just listen to some of these famous scribblers and how they deal with rejection. You have to know how to accept rejection and reject acceptance. Ray Bradbury. Failures are finger posts on the road to achievement. C.S. Lewis. I would advise anyone who aspires to a writing career that before developing his talent, he would be wise to develop a thick hide. Harper Lee. Only one attitude enabled me to move ahead. That attitude said, rejection can simply mean redirection. Maya Angelou. Work like hell. I had 122 rejection slips before I sold a story. F. Scott Fitzgerald. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you have failed by default. J.K. Rowling. Not too shabby company, the rejected writers of the world, huh? That is why we have the Rejectionator. A complex device that Sam and I have been designing after months of brainstorming on whiteboards and scrapping countless designs and prototypes. We'll be doing a demonstration build. Step 1, acquire a hammer, a piece of wood, and a nail, and then nail the nail into the wood with the hammer.
Not your face. You need that.
Shouldn't be doing this. There it is, the Rejectionator. That'll work. Now comes the fun part, counting all your rejections. Every time you get one of those glorious pre-written emails from an overworked editor who didn't think your Harry Potter fanfiction spin-off made the cut, you get the honor of posting it here. One of the many tallies of your victories. The rejection post, Rejectionator, right? That's the name, I don't know, patent pending. This is something Sam and I will update whenever we get a W, and by W I mean an L. But man, oh man, do we have some makeup rejections to do. We have a purple Sharpie and purple sticky notes, which wasn't a good idea. But actually it was a good idea because it's a bit, and we planned it for laughs. Alright, Rejection 1. Kid Stevens and the Cats, the first edition of that story, was rejected by our good friends at the Juggler. Harsh, but deserved. Kid Stevens. I like the Halo music, Sam, over this. First rejection, yay! Let's hear for the first rejection. Kid Stevens and the Cats was also rejected by Flash Fiction Online, no doubt for good reasons. No hard feelings, Flash Fiction Online. I look forward to playing again soon. Ire dome non masu. We have another rejection. This was for a story I wrote called Alone 7. It was rejected by our friends at the Juggler in the year of 2020. Ire resum domine. The rejection for the Juggler was Clark's World magazine. This magazine is actually super dope. It publishes science fiction and fantasy. fiction and nonfiction maybe, but mostly fiction. It's great. Honestly, Clark's World magazine, it deserves better. We'll give it another shot with another story. Does this make me seem like a serial killer?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. This is weird. We're not like angry. This isn't like me being upset.
Yeah, this is our W's.
A short, funny story I wrote called The Contest was rejected by the juggler. We'll put it on there. And Sam, you're just gonna fix this all with your editing 2020. Fix and post, yeah, to make it now look like you're psychopath. Contest was also rejected by the Ohio State Literary Journal. Oh, look, and this was actually another rejection. Story was also rejected by Flash Fiction Online. Man, no love yet. We'll keep trying. A poem I wrote called Jacob's Couch. This was rejected by the juggler. It was also rejected by Ohio State, so we'll do 2. Alright, They're Meant to Be Feared. They're Meant to Be Feared is actually published. Yay! After 2 submissions. But I'd be a liar if I said it wasn't rejected at Ohio State, so we'll put that on there for that one. And also my second published poem, A Late Evening Sonnet Between Home and Noon, was published by the juggler, but it was rejected by Ohio State. Finally, a short horror story I wrote called Flip was recently rejected by Apex Magazine. They're a super cool magazine. I really suggest checking them out. Didn't work this time, but hey, we'll keep submitting. And there's really not a lot of these up there. This thing is gonna get like all the way full by the time we're done. All right, there we have it. All my rejections so far. And my 2 publications of The Juggler and the 1 short story I wrote that got published in the 4th grade. I don't care about those. Just kidding. I love those publications. I'm super proud of them, but those are obviously super easy to celebrate. Rejections as victories, that's a harder concept to accept. But seriously, get glad, get mad, get anything else but discouraged. Unless you wrote all 3,467,500 words and haven't gotten anywhere, then please do stop and consider comedy, cooking, or medicine. Please. But if you haven't gotten there, if you haven't exhausted all efforts, keep trying, keep failing, keep moving forward. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and to reject acceptance. Keep reading, keep writing, and I'll see you next time.